50 years of friendship. From Spokane, USA to Nishinomiya, Japan. A golden anniversary of culture, of educational exchanges, of trade and civic activities, from the youngsters to those on the more mature side. We have gathered together for all kinds of activities, for the good times, when we learned from each other and laughed with each other, and occasionally the not-so-good times, such as the great Hanshin earthquake of '95, Spokane's ice storm the next year, and in March of our 50th anniversary year, when a 9.0 earthquake and tsunami with 30-foot waves struck northeast Japan, impacting all of us. And as the saying goes, that's what friends are for. The Spokane-Nishinomiya Sister City Society had its beginning back in 1961, when several leaders in both our cities carried through with the people-to-people idea proposed by President Eisenhower. Mayor Neil Fausine, who had been elected to the post just a year prior, and artist-businessman Ed Tsurakawa worked with Mayor Tajima and officials in Nishinomiya and came to an agreement in September of that year. The next April, a formal document was signed in formal ceremonies in our sister city across the Pacific. Spokane newspaper columnist Dorothy Powers attended that ceremony, and, retired now, she recalls that they were treated royally by their newly found Japanese friends and thinks to this day that the person-to-person and family-to-family connections have had a great deal to do with shaping national policy. A similar feeling was expressed by Bunjiro Osabi, a charter member of their society in Nishinomiya. He believes this long-standing affiliation is the connection between the United States and Japan that continues the circle of shared goodwill. In official greetings from our mayors comes this word from Mary Verner, Mayor of Spokane. The close ties, she says, that have developed between our cities truly have helped to sustain us through good times and bad, and we have celebrated and cried together and gave and received lessons in culture and language, and we are lifelong friends. Nishinomiya Mayor Masahiro Kono expresses his appreciation to all the people who have been involved over the last 50 years, and he urges more to get involved, further deepening our friendship for the future. Without a doubt, our many years of affiliation has resulted in major action that has placed the U.S. campus of Mukogawa Women's University here in Spokane, the Mukogawa Fortright Institute, founded on the west edge of Spokane in 1990. Mrs. Kimiko Zento, Senior Executive Director of the Nishinomiya Society, is an alumna of Mukogawa, and she says she is pleased that her university spread its roots to Spokane. An average of 250 young ladies spend a semester of their college careers at the Spokane campus, studying the English language and being immersed in American culture. That adds up to some 10,000 students visiting Spokane in the past 20 years, studying, homestay weekends with newfound parents, traveling to other parts of the nation, and shopping in Spokane stores. Located on campus, and an important part of the overall cultural aspect, is the Japanese Cultural Center. Director Masahiro Ando says the center is a successful go-between with Mukogawa and the Spokane community. But there's still room for improvement, and a separate committee has been set up to accomplish just that. Mr. Kinya Mazagata, Executive Vice President, also announces that the school has extended its curriculum beyond just English majors, so there will be more students in other endeavors, such as pharmacy, which has already begun. Sister City affiliations are established and operated on three basics: education, culture, and economics. Mukakawa Fortright Institute accomplishes all those basics to the betterment of its students and our community. Another direct result of the relationship between the Lilac City and Nishinomiya is a unique garden in part of Spokane's first established park, Manitou Park, on the city's south side. With a rededication a few years ago, it is currently named the Nishinomiya Tsutakawa Memorial Japanese Garden, so designated because of the leadership, energy, and renown of the co-founder of our long-enduring affiliation. It's a place of quiet contemplation, of viewing the beauty of nature, and just reflecting. An internationally famous Japanese architect from Tokyo designed the garden. It took several years to accomplish, but was ready for Expo 74, Spokane's successful World's Fair. Its gates are open almost every day from spring through fall, and the garden is a perfect place for calm and quiet in this busy world. And busy it has been for the societies of our two communities. In addition to the 10,000 students mentioned as having studied in Spokane, there have been another estimated 10,000 personal and group exchanges over the past 50 years. They include official city groups traveling back and forth for festivals of different kinds, trade groups, Girl Scouts and Boy Scout troops, medical gatherings, civic clubs, and, of course, the student and teacher exchanges that have been conducted for most of that half-century. Each year, 2 to 4 high school students from Spokane spend 6 weeks living with students in Nishinomiya, usually for a summer session. Then those students visit Spokane and are immersed in high school activities here in October and November. And to top off this year of the 50th anniversary, we were honored with the presence of the Consul General from Seattle, Consul General Ota, who visited the colleges in the area, talked with the mayor, and participated in Japan Week. 50 years can't possibly be compacted into a few minutes, but memories of our friendships could last forever, and pictures could be worth more than words. And finally, we witnessed this sister city relationship through 3 generations of connection. The Richard Mazako Egner family of Spokane and the Nakahara family of Nishinomiya. Diane Egner Nakahara, her husband Akihiro, and sons Jay and Sean. And while all of us revel in the accomplishments of the last 50 years, we now invite the younger generations to build friendships for the future 50.